Hi, I'm Matt Sargent with ABC Acres in Hamilton, Montana. Today we're going to talk about a planting technique called the dense seed starting technique. You can see here I have a pot full of jalapeno peppers, some sweet peppers, and a bunch of calendula seed. This is a technique I learned from a good friend of mine in Louisville, Kentucky, Ray Eli. Ray, thanks for everything you've taught me. It saves a lot of time when you're initially starting your seeds, and I really like it. It works great with tomatoes, peppers, calendula, borage, basically everything except for brassicas. I've found good luck with it. I'm going to start by showing you how you can start about 100 calendula seeds in less than a minute, and then move on to what you do once they germinate. Basically, grab a handful of seeds. This is 25 to 30. Spread it out evenly across the top. And add a little bit of soil. One thing I really like about this technique, as opposed to using 24, 48, or even 72 cell flats, there's really no soil wasted. And if you've got older seed and you're worried about your germination rates, it lets you just plant the majority of what you have in 1 or 2 3-inch pots. And then if you have a bad germination rate, you're not looking at a 72 cell flat with 30 plants in it. From there, you're just going to water them and wait till they emerge. This is about a week later. I planted these about a week ago. You can see they're still baby plants. We're going to leave them be and just keep watering them until they've dropped their cotyledons and they have their first true leaves. These peppers here, they're about 5 weeks old, looking mature, or they've dropped their cotyledons. They're true pepper plants now. And when it's time to up-pot them, you want to let the soil dry out a little bit. You'll just take the pot, pull it out like this. A lot of people freak out here. They think they have to be very gentle with the plants. I'm not saying to be abusive with them, but they can withstand a little bit of abuse. So you want the soil to dry out so you can break it apart nice and easily. I like to break the whole thing apart. And you're basically going to end up with bare root pepper plants. I set all of them aside, continue breaking up the soil. Another nice thing about this technique is if you have some plants that just don't look that vigorous or healthy, you can choose to leave them with the soil and add it to your compost. I like to give most plants the benefit of the doubt and generally end up up-potting all of them. You can see we've got this little guy who's apparently late to germinate, still has his cotyledons, have more peppers than we're really going to need on the farm, so I'm going to leave him with the compost pile. Once you have all your bare root plants, basically take your plant, put it on a 3 or 4 inch pot, and press it down. Backfill around it. And then put it back in the flat. It's really nice with tomatoes, since tomatoes will grow root hairs out of any of their stems. You can take them and plug them as deep as you want as long as you have leaves above the soil line. It's pretty important when you're prepping your flat to up-pot into that it is moist potting soil. You don't want it to be dry. I like to give them, a good 3 or 4 hours before I come back and hit them with the watering can, but you don't want those roots to dry out. All right. As you can see, I did a whole flat. I've got 3 remaining left before I leave to go grab some more soil and some more pots. Just want to thank you for taking the time to join us. As always, if you have any questions or feedback, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks. Have a great day.